Hot Men magazine.
What up, what up, what up, what up, Instagram Live? How we doing, y'all? Getting a workout in today, Arsenal Strength, day before 4th of July, so there's no one in here, so I'm gonna take over the music. Whew, what up, where you guys from? We got some Brazil in the house. All right, just gotta, it's pretty cool about having the place to yourself is just hooking up the music. What up, y'all? So if you're just joining me, I'm at the gym, but no one else is here, so I'm taking over the music. And cool, we'll just play whatever was playing last. What up, y'all? It is hot and sweaty here. Arsenal Strength Facility. One of the first few workouts back from getting sick, and definitely doesn't feel too great. I had COVID 2 weeks ago, and still just getting back into it. So play Britney Spears. That would actually be some pretty killer workout music, but it's all the way over there now. So I am doing a little bit of back, and I'm doing some posture training today. I recorded some content recently. Just got a new phone case where you can stick it wherever, so still testing it out, but there we go, that's good. So doing some posture training earlier with a bar. We're working on getting more shoulder mobility. I know a lot of people, a very common thing is a lot of people have a hard time targeting their back, like you're doing rows or different weightlifting exercises for your back, and you just don't feel it there. Maybe you feel it in your shoulders or your arms or elsewhere, and so posture training can be really, really helpful beforehand to, it does fatigue any tight area. So for me, my shoulders are really tight. Just from not working out for a while happens. So anyways, posture training can be really helpful for that. So anyways, going over to lat pull downs. So what up, y'all? I'm gonna do a set, and then if you guys have any, what up, Steven? How you doing, man? If you guys have any fitness questions, we're going into a back day here. And wide grip pull downs. First set, 100 pounds. And we'll keep working up from there. So when doing lat pull downs, I always do 1 to 2 sets, very light to get started. If you want to notice the form here, a lot of times people say, oh, don't pull back, but really in this lean back position is where you're going to get most of the lat activation. So when you go light and wide, lean back, right? I can hold it here if I want to. That's not the point. The point is on each rep, trying to activate my lats. All right, so set 1, 100 pounds, about 20 reps, and then we'll go up to 150. A lot of this Arsenal Strength, Andrew Hall is the owner and creator of Arsenal Strength, and he makes really good equipment, but some of it's really heavy duty and definitely heavier. Certain machines are heavier than other gyms, other equipment. If I play Rihanna, funny. Rihanna actually is on some of my workout playlists, but just work. It's a pretty good song. Get some people going. Talk slowly. Y'all, sorry, when I'm out of breath, whenever I get out, that's what we're gonna get. What is normal time for a stretch out? So today's workout, I started with stretching, but I didn't do static stretching. Static stretching is really only going to be good in recovery. So in the evening, before bed, first thing in the morning. We could do it after a workout sometimes. So I don't know, weird comments on here. You guys help me out. But anyways, so you can do other types of stretching all the time, and it's really useful. So I did posture training, which was just mobility work with a bar and trying to get my shoulders back. I did stretching, kind of static stretching, but I was involving some movement in it. And then dynamic stretching is jumping, plyometrics, different things like that. And that is really good. So what up, y'all? What up, Miami? Yes, Miami in the building. Hurricane season. Do you about or recommend the carnivore diet? I would not recommend the carnivore diet. I'm sure it has worked for certain people, but hey, fruits and vegetables and grains are great. A lot of carnivores in the wilderness eat nuts and fruit and grain because of digestive benefits from vitamins and makes animals feel better. So, you definitely, most people need vitamins and minerals from fruits and vegetables. All right, so set number 2 here. My hands are super sweaty. 150 pounds. We'll go for 10 to 15 reps. Eight, 9, 10. All right, so 12, 10 to 15. Woo, getting heavy. We'll go up to 190. Probably won't go heavier than that. But that's how it's done, y'all. Any of my clients watching this, it's really not that fancy. I just got to get in here and work out. Oh, what up, y'all? Sorry, I was just reading. Some people are hella thirsty in the comments. Y'all, I don't know if you're off for a holiday. You just got too much time on your hands. Like, chill. What up? Colombia. Where you guys from? Oh man, I definitely understand. Committing, someone said they wanted to be a client, but they're scared. Committing to a workout regimen and really trying to see results, it can be certainly intimidating, so you're not alone there. Lunch before, after training. So today, I knew that I've been low energy for a while. A lot of times I like to train with not a ton of food in me, but whenever I'm low energy, I make sure I get really good food. So I had ground turkey breast with brown rice and vegetables for about 380 calories worth. So that was about an hour before I worked out. What up? I appreciate you guys getting my back here in the comments. I think people are just bored, and I honestly think COVID wrecked a lot of people's mind. They got isolated and spent too much time online and lost touch of what's reality and what's normal to say to other people. It's pretty weird, and I think in history books about 10 to 15 years in the future, we're going to see probably a lot of psychoanalysis on people today. So I just say steer clear of those people. You'll be all right. 190 pounds, set number 3. We're going to go for 10 reps. For the record, this is more than my body weight, so. I think that's 9. Hi. Woo. All right, y'all, so I have to say, if you've been on here for like 10 minutes, that I told y'all I got a new phone case where you can just stick it to everything, and it's got a adhesive that folds open and it's reusable. You just wipe it off and it gets sticky again. Very impressed. I've been using it, and boom, just stuck it to this workout equipment, and it's super sturdy. Do my hands hurt not using gloves? Yes. Honestly, that one was pretty painful. My ring was digging into my finger too, so I think that's just part of the game. I always think too, like, when training to look good is one thing, but you want some functionality, and I watch a lot of action movies and whatnot. You know, you see people hanging on the edge of a cliff, or I watched the Titanic recently. They were holding onto the bars for dear life. And I'm like, you know what? I want to be able to do that if that happens. So, I don't know. We're in here to make our bodies better, so wearing gloves to me doesn't necessarily allow your hands to get stronger. And real world application, that's pretty useful. I don't know. Probably just me. Favorite action movie? That's a good question. First thing that comes to mind is Bourne Identity. Very good movie. I like the plot in that. What do I take for muscle aches? A big bowl of Suck It Up. Sometimes it just hurts. Hot bath sometimes. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta learn to know what your limit is and not push it too much. All right, so this is the 4th and last set here. 190 10 reps again, that is the goal. Nope. 6 is all I got. Hands giving out. That happens. Woo. Okay. So that's how it's done, y'all. We're gonna go into some more exercises. My favorite superset coming up. Exercise 1 is going to be straight arm pull downs. I need to get a bar for that. All right, so carabiner. I'll lower this so you guys can. I know some of y'all really don't have to go to the gym, so I mean, really, if you don't know how to work equipment, here's a little tutorial. Carabiner on there. Get your attachment on the cable. Get it into position. Always make sure it's locked in, and boom. So going into straight arm pull downs here. That should be good weight. Sometimes you don't know what weight to use and you just guess. So we're going for 12 reps here. One of my favorite exercises, hips back, leaning back. This is your ending position. You don't want to stand up. Keep your back activated. My hips are in a hinge. And then if you really watch, you can see when my core flexes during the movement. And this is really important if you want to feel it in your back, all right? When I start disengaging my core, my hips come forward, my whole body comes forward. So to get this movement right, it's hips back, then core is engaged. Right, when my core is not engaged, you see my hips just naturally come forward. So hips back, core engaged. And as I come up through the movement, when my hands get higher, more work is going into my core. And so you have to really flex your abs, contract your abs. Right, any sort of core engagement, you can get there at the top so that you can keep it in your back the whole time and not come out of position. And that's it. Easy peasy. Second one, going over here. We're gonna have face pulls. So I wanna get the cable same height as my face, so that when my arm goes up, all that tension is going straight through my rear delt here. This is an exercise where I typically like to start light because your rear delt, very small muscles back here. All right, so it's very hard to get them activated, very easy for other parts of your arm to come in. So lightweight, lean back. Now there's two main ways to do this exercise. All right, so if you just watch me, I have my thumbs inward, my elbows out, but people can take their thumbs out. Some people do it this way. Okay. For whatever reason, my biceps like to take over there. It's just an arm workout for me. I don't get anything in my back, not that I feel. So anyways, I'll answer some questions here. Yo, I'm sweating down to one knee. How do you decide what the appropriate weight is for that exercise? Great question. A lot of exercise, especially using cables, is different from gym to gym. It's very hard to use an actual weight number. You really have to test it out. So typically my first set, I'll be pretty conservative. And if I can get 10 to 12 reps of any exercise, very slow and controlled, and can get good activation, I know that is way too light, okay? Because my brain's really not having to work hard to do it. Where you're gonna really improve your body is getting into a range where 9 is pretty difficult to accomplish, and you do 10 to 11 with good form. All right, now you're in the range of really initiating your body to improve. So, any other good questions here? Sorry, I went on a tangent there. Yeah, someone said take a few gulps of water. I'm gonna do that, thank you. All right, y'all, so I'll be going to my next set here, and then I'm gonna answer some fitness questions or nutrition questions. If you have anything specific about nutrition, my nutrition has been absolutely trash for like the 4 days. Like literally can't even talk to you. But it was bad. A lot of fast food and bad choices, and we come in here anyways, right? We're all, happens to all of us. I don't know if you guys follow the fitness community, but Joe Aesthetics, pretty popular fitness influencer, passed away last week, and man, it's just about everyone who's ever even thought about working out has seen a Joe Aesthetic video on Instagram. Crazy ripped dude that could do crazy things with his body, but very positive, gave good advice, very real to everyone. And oh man, such a tragedy to have bad things happen to people. Good, bad, everyone. So count your blessings. Tattoo right here literally says memento mori, which means in times like these, when you know someone who's died, don't forget about it. Don't brush it over. That's our most common action and way to grieve is pretend like it didn't happen. But memento mori means remember death. Remember each day could be your last. Live it up, y'all. So like I said, last set I did about 10 to 12 with very good form. That was too easy. So we're gonna go pretty heavy, right? I want 8 and 9 to be a struggle to even accomplish, let alone do with good form. And then that's the range where, yes, before I did 10 to 12, this past one I did 10 reps. There's a pretty big difference in effort there to accomplish. Not the most interesting to watch, but what up, y'all? I'm going over a back and posture workout, giving some good tips. I think good tips, at least. And if you're just joining me, that's what we're talking about, but would love to answer any fitness or I'm a warlock. Yes, I'm appreciate that. Definitely a thick person. Someone earlier asked how long do I work out. Most workouts are anywhere from an hour to hour and a half typically. And then I will sometimes tack on stretching or chest supplements. I don't know what that means. But we're gonna guess here. Certain supplements can really help you not only improve your workouts, but be more effective. Especially vasodilators, which are found in natural food. Beets, for example, are a big time vasodilator, opens up the blood flow in your body. If you have low blood pressure, vasodilator can lower your blood pressure a lot, but most people don't. Most people have high blood pressure, and vasodilators are really good. It's gonna increase blood flow, so you can take some of that or supplement version before you work out. Any muscle group you're working, especially if you're doing muscle isolation, which is where you target one group specifically, and it will really increase the gains, the stretch, the pump that you get when you work out. And that's, if you are listening, you don't know what this is, vasodilator in correlation to working out. It'd be really helpful. I made a video earlier today. Someone asked, what exercise do I think is best? Yeah, I did some burpees because I wasn't feeling this workout, and I was like, that's kind of the thing I do, is if I really don't want to do a workout, I'll do burpees, and it honestly makes the rest of the workout so much more enjoyable. Burpees are killer. I hate them, but they are crazy effective. So all around exercise, full body, cardio, strength. Burpees suck, but they're probably the best. So unlike the next move I'm about to do, face pulls, straight arm pull down, not an exercise I want to max out on. Basically, I don't weigh enough to do really heavy weight for my lat to get enough work. Like a pull down is going to be better when I can have my waist locked in. But something like this, you can go pretty heavy on and really shift your weight. But straight arm pull downs, you want to stay light on that one. Last step. Oh. Woo, brutal. It is hot. This gym does not have air conditioning. Whew. All right, y'all. So like I said, I would answer some fitness questions. Great questions. I love when people ask questions. How many miles do I run? Or do I not run a lot? I love running. I am pretty heavy, typically around 190 pounds, doing a lot of distance running. It's just not great on my feet, my ankles. So I still run every week, but a minimum, and typically only once a week, I'll do a 5K. So I do a lot of other cross training. I do biking, I do swimming, cross training, jump rope, to keep up my cardio, and then running once a week. I'll do a 5K, I have the same loop that I run, and just try to increase my time. That's really fun. So that works for me. Someone said pec bounce, boom, boom, boom. Any back exercises I can do dumbbells? Yes. Realize I'm doing exercises that you have to be at the gym for. Definitely trying to find the best spot to set y'all up. This will work. So boom. Can I switch this? Like this. So this is a phone case. It's called Flip Stick. Super cool. So that's an adhesive, and then this flips up. You can hook your finger under there, but so I'm just gonna stick y'all right there. Cool. So gonna go into some dumbbell exercises for y'all. I didn't start this live until halfway through the workout, so I did this first exercise with the barbell first, but I'll show you guys with dumbbells. And I'm gonna go lighter than I typically would, because if you've been paying attention, I've been talking about posture training. Posture training is a way of shaping your body, not necessarily just burning calories or tearing up the muscle. Okay, so teaching your body to stand in a certain position, your posture. So lightweight here, very, very important. I want you all to watch this. So there's a few different ways you can row. If you're going heavy, you can stay in this form. You can swing the dumbbells forward, do stuff like this, okay? I'll definitely be getting work on my back, could improve my posture, but not really like we can be challenging ourselves. So I'm gonna take another step back. I'm gonna really go into a deadlift position here, and then I'm rowing. And the key here is to be completely locked out at your weakest position. So no compromise in my height as I bring the dumbbells all the way up. And so as I'm doing this, I'm really shaping, right? So you take the same position and I stand all the way up. My spine is elongated and I'm taller. Doing this will cause my posture to improve. Whereas if you do this position, okay, this is why you see people walking around. Their bodies look like this, their hips are weak, right? Their posture's not very good. They train themselves in a way that's a strong position for them. Whereas we want to get those elbows up, all the way back, and so that when I stand up, I'm super tall, right? Very different posture. So that was set one. I'm gonna go into set two. For you guys that are actually paying attention to form, you can see. So I'm using about 50% of the weight I normally would. These are 30 pounds. Sometimes we go as heavy as 60 pounds. And so when you are trying to do this exercise for yourself, you want to do about 50% of weight. That would typically challenge you because it's about the form, posture. Whew. Oh yeah, so any good fitness questions in here that I can answer before I hop off? Y'all have been great. My workout's come to a close. What's the best workout for beginners? You're focusing on chest and abs, body weight exercises. If you're a beginner and you're really trying to improve your body, if you can do push-ups, sit-ups, an elbow plank, good body weight squats, or prisoner squats. A prisoner squat is where your hands are interlocked behind your head, right? And you go into a good squat and you can come all the way back up. And pull-ups, you work on those body weight exercises, you'll change your body more than just your chest and abs. So, whew. All right, y'all, so I'm about to hop off. Got a little bit of the workout left and then I got a dip. So you guys have been awesome. I appreciate all of your guys' support. You guys are awesome. I'm wiped, y'all. Can't even speak. Have a good day.